Hi, I'm Chef Morgan. Thank you for taking a minute with Le Cordon Bleu. Today on Flair with 5, we have 5 ingredients and we're going to make you a fabulous dinner. We start off with our chicken breast, that's 1. Then we have artichokes. We're going to make an artichoke, tomato, and Kalamata olive sauce. So we have our artichokes, that's 2, tomatoes 3, Kalamata, and also queen olives. To start us off, this is a very quick saute. So we want to make our chicken nice and thin. So we start off with the breast of chicken. We're going to use our knife to make nice thin cutlets, just on the side there. We want to sear our chicken. In searing the chicken, we need to warm our pan first, and then we're going to add a little bit of oil. You don't want to add a lot. You just want to be able to coat the bottom of the pan. In getting the pan hot first, this will keep your chicken from sticking. While we're waiting for it to warm up, we're going to season with a little bit of salt. I love using kosher salt. Kosher salt doesn't give any bitterness. It's a wonderful, wonderful flavor to use. It brings out all the flavors in the chicken and in anything that you cook. A little bit of white pepper, and be generous. Don't be afraid to season. Seasoning is very important. Seasoning is like your signature on a dish. All right, once your pan is nice and hot, we're going to take our chicken breast and we're going to lay it in the pan. You hear it sizzle? That's what you want to hear. This is perfect. What you're trying to do is you're trying to bring out some wonderful flavor. We want it to be nice and caramelized, and we want to bring out some really great flavor on the chicken. If we don't have that nice caramelization, that golden brown, it's not going to be as wonderful. And it also will add flavor to your sauce, because we're going to use the same pan for our sauce. Give them a turn. Nice and golden brown. When the chicken is finished searing, it will release itself from the pan if you've oiled your pan properly. There, perfect. A nice sear. We want to sear both sides, and then we're going to remove the chicken from the pan, and we're going to start to prepare our sauce. You want to make sure your chicken is completely cooked through. That's why we slice it so nice and thin, so you can actually saute it quickly, and it won't take as long to cook through. You want to cook this at least 3 minutes on each side to make sure it's fully cooked through. That looks nice. You want to make sure your pan stays a nice consistent temperature, probably a medium-high. When the pieces are finished, you're going to remove them and set them aside. Beautiful. Now, you see the wonderful pieces that are at the bottom? Those pieces are flavor. We want that. We have to have flavor. We're going to add our artichokes. You want to add the artichokes whole. If you cut them, they'll fall apart in your sauce, and you don't want that. Once you've added that artichoke, you want to add your tomato. I'm going to saute a bit. Now, as we saute the vegetables are picking up a little bit of color as well. We want that because color means flavor. We're also creating some more particles on the bottom of our pan. We want to make sure those don't burn because that's going to be some great flavor. We're going to add our Kalamata olives and our queen olives, and then we're going to add our wine. We're going to deglaze with wine. Perfect. Give the pan a shake. As the wine is simmering, it starts to break down the tomato, and the tomato helps to provide our sauce. All of the wonderful particles that were on the bottom of the pan have now dissolved, and that adds to the wine. The flavors from the Kalamata olive also add, and soon our dish is going to be done before we know it. A small tip: if you don't feel that your chicken is completely cooked through, if your pieces are thicker than mine, you can add them back to your pan at this point and let them simmer for a little bit, and then they'll be ready to go. We want the wine to reduce by half. We still want some juice to be in here so we can make our sauce. We're relying on the tomatoes to give us a little thickness, and for everything else in the pan to give us some wonderful flavors. And we're ready. Make sure your sauce is thick enough. If you don't feel that the juice in the bottom of the pan is thick enough, you can simmer it a little bit longer if you need to. But don't simmer it so long that it dries up on you. All right, that's good right there. I'm gonna turn this off, and we're gonna put our sauce first on the bottom of the plate. All right. Then we're gonna place our chicken. And then last but not least, we're going to finish it with our sauce. See how nice and thick our sauce got? It's beautiful. And then we'll just give it a nice drizzle. And we'll also brush a little over our chicken. And we're going to top it off with a little bit of herbs. All I've done here is chopped a little bit of thyme and fresh parsley. Fresh parsley always does a plate wonders. And give it a little dash. And you're done. Thanks for taking a minute with Le Cordon Bleu. We'll see you next time on Flair with 5.
Looking to add some flair to your next dinner party? Come take a minute with Le Cordon Bleu. And stay tuned to this local station for more tasty tips and tasty meals.